Hey friends, what's up? MIT, Ursinus and Spelman. It is your favorite English teacher, Ms. Goodwin, coming to you with the lesson of week 2. The title of our lesson today is What's the Gist? With the help of text features. I'm excited. Professor Tater Tot's excited. Let's get started. Hey friends, so what we're going to do right now is go over our learning objective. This learning objective is going to be our focus for the next 2 lessons. So for this lesson and the one after, we're going to be focusing on this learning objective. So it goes as follows. Students will be able to use text features to determine the main ideas or key details of a text. Okay, now it's time for us to focus on our goal. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to define what a text feature is and identify at least 5 text features in a text. And now it's time for Tater Tots Tips! So, text features are the components of a nonfiction text that help the author organize the information of the text. And as you can see here, Professor Tater Tot has compiled a list of all the different types of text features that could exist. Many of these are things that we have seen before, and especially in our study of the novel Written in Bone. We have things like a title, headings, bold print, pictures with captions, diagrams, maps, graphs, table of contents, index, glossary, and footnotes. There are so many more different types of text features, but these are the ones that we're going to see the most. Now, if you ever get confused, there is a link on your Clever page that will take you to a PDF file that gives you the definitions and the different types of text features. And now it's time for Tater Tots Tips. For What's the Gist? Number 1, Skim and Scan! You're going to skim and scan the text to figure out the gist, which is a quick summary, and you're going to use text features to help determine what the text will be about. Number 2, identify text features. Ask yourself, how did the author organize this text? What can I learn from these text features? And number 3, what's the gist? Now, use text features to create a gist, which is that 2 to 3 sentence summary of what the text is about. And now I'm going to model for you how to use text features to come up with a gist. Hey friends, it's me, Miss Goodwin, and my friend, your favorite, Tater Tot. And today we are going to be going over how to identify text features to help us understand the gist of an article. Now I'm going to be sharing my screen with you in a little bit, and we're about to get started, so stay tuned. Okay, so it's time for me to share my screen. And you're going to be seeing an article titled How Political Parties Pick Their Presidential Nominees. Okay, now with this article, I'm going to be sharing with you how I use Tater Tots Tips today for What's the Gist. I'm going to be skimming and scanning the text, identifying any text features, and then finally coming up with a gist. Okay, so starting with step 1. Step 1 tells me that I must skim and scan the text. Now, when I skim and scan the text, what I'm going to do is briefly look at the text to see how long it is, how many sections there might be, and kind of help me figure out like if I'm going to need to chunk the text so I can get familiar with how the text is set up. So what I'm going to do, start from the top. Remember, I'm not really reading the text just yet. That's for the very, very end of these steps. What I'm just doing is getting familiar with the setup of the text. I'm not surprised by anything that might come up later. I am noticing that there are text features, and I found out that this is a 2-page article that has a 4-question quiz at the end. So I'm going to scroll back up to the top, and I now know the organization of my text by skimming and scanning. Now, while I was also skimming and scanning, I did notice that there were some text features. So it's now time for me to move on to step 2. Step 2 of Tater Tots Tips is identify the text features. Now, when I'm going through this, I'm going to be looking for the different text features our author, Christina Barron, uses to organize the text. How is she using our text features to organize the information in the text? And when I do this, I'm going to go through and highlight our text features in different colors so that I know the difference between those that are shared inside the text. So first, I run into the title. Our title which I'm going to highlight in yellow, is how political parties pick their presidential nominees. I'm also going to label it so that when I come back to it a little bit later, I know exactly what I'm looking at. So this here is my title. All right. Remember, the title shares with us really what the article is going to be about, what may be the main ideas or key details I'm going to need to know about as I read the text later. Now, as I scroll down the first page, I notice the first thing I see, it's really big, is a photo. And this photo also has a caption attached. Now, I know the two people who are inside of this photo. It is our current President Donald Trump, and the former First Lady and former presidential nominee, Hillary Clinton. Now, I do know these people, but I don't know why they're here. So I'm going to look at the caption to figure that out. The caption states, the nominees for the 2016 presidential election, Republican nominee Donald Trump and Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton, shake hands during the presidential debate at Hofstra University in Hempstead, New York on September 26, 2016. It was taken by David Goldman. Now, I'm going to highlight this in green, and I'm also going to make sure that I make a label, and I'm going to make sure that I remember that this is a photo with a caption. So I know exactly why President Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton were here in this moment. They were meeting at the presidential debate. Okay, so let's move on. As soon as I scroll down, I run into my next set of text features, and these are going to be my subheadings. Now, my subheadings are very important because they break my text into chunks, and these chunks are separated by specific topics. And each one of these subheadings let me know what the topic is going to be about. So starting with our first subheading, it is titled, Who Can Be Elected President? Okay, so this subheading tells me that I'm going to have certain information that shares with me who actually can be elected for president. The next subheading is who is running in 2020. So that's going to tell me who are the candidates that are running for presidency in the year 2020. And then my next one is who elects the president. So it kind of goes into possibly some detail about who actually gets to pick the president. Okay, and then we continue on into our second page. We run into some more text features. We have some subheadings. How do voters pick a candidate? And how does the voting process work? And then we also have a photo. Now, it just so happens that this photo does not have a caption, so I'm just going to label it as a photo. Inside this photo, we can see what it looks like is that we have people standing possibly in voting booths, but that's just me making a guess. I'm going to make sure that I also label these subheadings, okay? Now, I'm learning a lot of information as I go through our text features, and I have not even read the actual information that is inside of each section. And I'm going to then use this information that I'm learning from our text features to write my gist that is coming up in a little bit. I'm just going to make sure that I highlight this very last subheading, which is when will the parties choose their nominees, okay? So it looks like we're talking about the presidential election and the people involved and how it happens. So I'm going to go back to the very top and I'm going to prepare to write my gist. Now remember, my gist is a very quick summary that is about 2 to 3 sentences in my own words of what the text may be about, okay? So I'm going to prepare my text box. You could do this on a sticky note. You can do this on a notebook. Maybe you have a notes page on your computer. But I'm now going to write a 2 to 3 sentence summary of what I think the text is going to be about based off the text features that I have come across. Now, some of the words that pop up to me as I read were presidential, election, 2020, candidate, voting, voters, voting process, and parties, okay? So I'm going to go back up to the top And in my own words, I'm going to summarize what I believe the text to be about. So I'm going to say, I think the text will probably be about the presidential election of 2020. Okay? Not 2022. All right, of 2020. And how presidential candidates are picked. Now, all this information that I just found for my text, my gist, I found in my text features, mostly coming from our title and our subheadings, right? But I was able to take out different bits and pieces of information that I found in my subheadings and title and come up with 2 sentences, brief sentences, that I think will be helpful for understanding what this text might be about. Now, that is our 3 steps for what's the gist, okay? We first skim and scan the text to figure out how it was organized. Then we identified the text features. And then finally, we answered the question, what is the gist? By looking at the text features and asking ourselves, okay, like, what did I learn from these text features, and how can I put these into 2 sentences? And I remember to put these into my own words, okay? I did not copy and paste anything from the text features. I took certain words and created my own sentences. Now, hey, I'm back. So now, the next step would be to read this article, okay? Now remember, so far we have not read any of the actual text, but it's gonna be very important that the next step that you do take is to actually read this article, because guess what? At the very end, you are gonna be responsible for taking this quiz. You also will have a writing prompt that is attached. Now, it's going to be very important that you go through and actually read the text so that you can answer these quiz questions. So, for example, question number 1 says, read the section, how do voters pick a candidate? And then select the sentence from the article that suggests that voters need help determining who they should pick for president. That means that you're going to have to go to the subheading, how do voters pick a candidate? Reread that section and then answer this question. So it's going to be very important that you have already read this text at least once before even jumping in to answering the questions. So that is what I have for you today. Now, when you go to practice on our classwork using the News ELA article, Top Inventions of the Middle Ages, you are going to be using Tater Tot's tips to identify the gist of the article. Remember, the gist is just a quick summary of what the article is going to be about. And those text features are going to tell you everything you need before even reading the body of the text. I hope these steps were really helpful. If at any time you are confused when doing the work for Top Inventions of the Middle Ages, I want you to go back into this video. Check out Tater Tot's tips. Maybe even look at the PDF file with the types of different text features that you may run into in your text. Then, if you still cannot figure out what to do, you're going to give me a call or jump on to our office hours on Tuesday or Friday. I can't wait to see your faces and to see all the amazing work that you do. See you later.